Morning sunlight pierced straight to the curtain. The groaned, clutching his head. Why does my skull feel like someone is doing construction inside? He stumbled downstairs in an oversized tie. Tea, here a complete mess. Eyes barely open, he groaned, grabbed a glass, filled it with water, and started drinking. That's when he saw a figure sprawled on the couch. He squinted. The finger shifted, tapped blinking harder, and then, "What are you doing here?" Tai screamed. Shankuk jolted awake so violently he nearly fell off the couch. "Why are you in my house?" Shankuk shouted back, clutching the thrown pillow like it was a weapon. Tai stared at him in disbelief. "Your house? Excuse me, this is my apartment." Shankuk looked around, saw bench wall, the stupid fish tank, the ugly lamp Tai insisted was modern art. "What the hell?" Shankuk muttered. Tai crossed his arms. "Why are you on my couch, Mr. John?" Shankuk shot back his feet. "Why am I in your apartment, Mr. Kim?" "You tell me. You tell me." They both buzzed, heads throwing simultaneously. Tai narrowed his eyes. "Did you break in?" "Why would I break into your house?" Shankar snapped. "I have 3 penthouses." "Then why are you here?" "You probably dragged me here." Tai scoffed loudly. "Me, as if I would drag you anywhere." Shankar stepped closer. "You were drunk. So were you. You kissed me." Tai's eyes widened. "I did not." "You absolutely did. You are delusional. You were on top of me." Tai froze. "What?" Shankar blinked. Both of them went silent. "No." Tai said slowly. That didn't happen." "It did." "No, it didn't. You were literally." The door suddenly opened. Yoongi and Jimin walked in, looking suspiciously well rested compared to the chaos in front of them. They stopped in the side. Tai and Shankuk were standing inches apart, pointing fingers at each other. Jimin blinked. "Oh, good. You both are alive." Tai whispered his head around. "What happened last night?" Yoongi did pan. "You want the short version of the dramatic version?" Shanku crossed his arms defensively. "Nothing happened." Hyungi and Jimin exchanged a look. Jimin coughed. "You two tried to make out in the bar." Tai shook it. "What?" "You tried again in the living room." Shanku looked horrified. "No." Hyungi nodded calmly. "Yes." Jimin continued. "Then Shanku tried to eat Tai's fish." Tai turned slowly. "You what?" "I was hungry," Jungkook defended. "And then," Hyungi added, "you both disappeared into the bedroom." There's silence. Tai's face turned red. Jungkook's ear turned red. Jimin sighed dramatically. "We opened the door." Tai covered his face. "No." Hyungi nodded once. "Yes." Jungkook looked at Tai. Tai looked at Jungkook. Both of them spoke in the same time. "It means nothing." And then immediately glared at each other again. Jimin muttered under his breath. "They are divorced, but the drama is still married." Hyungi just walked past them toward the kitchen. "Next time, I'm letting the headline happen." Jimin opened his mouth again, clearly unable to resist. "And Tai, you were literally bouncing on his..." "Jimin!" Tai shrinking, face burning red as he screamed. The back of his neck stared anywhere but at Jungkook. Jungkook, however, had gone completely pale. "Bouncing?" he repeated. Faintly, Hyungi muttered, "Here we go." Jungkook suddenly rushed forward in panic, grabbing Tai by his arms, looking him up and down frantically. Hey, what are you doing?" Tai yelped, stumbled back as Jungkook's hand hovered near the thighs, trying to lift the hem of his oversized shirt. "I'm shaking," Jungkook said seriously. "Shaking what?" Tai smacked his hand away. "If everything is still there for what you were bouncing on." Tai stared at him in pure disbelief. "What the actual hell is wrong with you?" Jungkook frowned defensively. "I just don't want complications in our divorced life." "Then maybe," Tai shot back, stepping closer with fury flashing in his eyes. "You should have thought about that before going further, Mr. Responsible." "I was drunk." "So was I." "That doesn't mean you get to act like it's all my fault." Tai scoffed loudly. "Oh please, you are the one who followed me into the room. You ran to me first. You kissed me first. You climbed on me. You held my waist. You beat my lip. You pulled me closer." They both stopped. Hyungi slowly turned to Jimin. "Should we start charging them rent for this daily drama?" Jimin whispered back. "I feel like I'm watching a married couple who forgot they signed divorce papers." Jungkook pointed at Tai again. "So, you are admitting you remember it?" Tai crossed his arms stubbornly. I remember enough. Then stop acting innocent. I am innocent. You were not innocent last night. Tai gasped dramatically. Excuse me? Shankuk threw his hand in the air. You are unbelievable. You are delusional. At least I am not pretending nothing happened. At least I am not panicking like I committed a crime. I have reputation. Oh, so that's what it is about? Tai's eyes narrowed. Your precious image? Shankuk shifted. Don't twist this. No, you don't twist this. You are scared. Someone might think you still want your ex-husband. Silence. Yoongi's brows lifted slightly. Jimin looked between them like he was watching a tennis match. Shankuk shot at it. Don't flatter yourself. Tai laughed bitterly. Trust me, I am not. They stood there, breathing heavily, anger mixed with something far more complicated. Yoongi finally clapped once. Great. Now that you both confirm it, you remember everything, and no one is missing any body parts. Can we all calm down? Jimin nodded. Yes, please. I haven't even had breakfast. Tai and Jungkook glared at each other one last time before simultaneously turning away. But neither of them missed the way their hearts were still racing for a reason that had nothing to do with the anger. After that chaotic morning, they did what matured adult do best. They avoided each other in meeting. They spoke through presentation, through slides, through, as Mr. Kim mentioned, and as CEO Jeon suggested, neither directly, never eye contact for more than 2 seconds. But today, Faith clearly had entertainment plan. They were seated across each other in the conference room. Tai with Jimin beside him, Jungkook with Yoongi flipping through documents. The tension was almost visible. Jimin leaned toward Yoongi, whispering something with a big smile. Yoongi's lips twisted. Every time Tai shifted in the chair or Jungkook adjusted his cup, the two secretaries exchanged look like they were watching a live drama. Tai tried to focus on the report in front of him, failing. His eyes slowly lifted and froze. Jungkook had his pen between his lips, oscillately rolling it in his tongue while reading a file, brows slightly furrowed in concentration. Tai swallowed, memory flashes without permission. The bar, the desperate kiss, Shankuk's hand gripping his waist, the way he pulled him closer, the heat of his breath against his skin, the way their mouths had moved like they still belonged together. They quickly looked down at his papers, heart racing. Why was he remembering that now? Mr. Kim, Jungkook was. Tai's head snapped up. Jungkook was already looking at him, not casually, not professionally. Tai's finger tightened around his vein before he focused himself to look back down. But Jungkook didn't, because now it was his turn to remember. The feel of Tai running into his arm, the softness of his lips, the way Tai had clung to him, the warmth when he had straddled him like there was nothing distance between them at all. His gaze drifted over Tai's face slowly. His sharp eyes, the stubborn nose, those expression eyes that always gave him away, his lips. Hyungi suddenly placed a file directly in front of Jungkook's face. Focus, Hyungi said. Jungkook blinked and cleared his throat, sitting straight across the table. Jimin leaned toward Tai and whispered, "You are staring again." "I am not," Tai muttered. "You absolutely are. I am reviewing the project." With hard eyes, Jimin smirked. He kicked him under the table. At the exact moment Jungkook spoke again. "Mr. Kim, are you listening?" Tai looked up, their eyes locked, silence treasured. "Yes," Tai replied calmly. "Unlike some people, I can multitask." Jungkook's jaw twitched. "Good, then you won't mind leading this part?" Tai smiled politely. "Of course, try to keep up." Hyungi sighed, Jimin grinned, and the meeting continued, filled with professional words, strategic plans. But both of them knew one thing: avoiding each other wasn't working. The office door opened and tall, well-dressed man walked in confidently. His eyes immediately found Tai. Tai looked up, his face brightening instantly. "You actually came?" "Of course I did." The man chuckled. "You think I would ignore your call?" Before anyone could react, he stopped forward and wrapped his arms around Tai's waist. Tai didn't hesitate. He hugged him back just as tightly. Across the room, Jungkook froze. The stranger pulled it back slightly but kept its hands on Tai's shoulder. I missed you. Tai smiled softly. It's been 2 days. Exactly, that's too long. They both laughed. Jungkook's jaw clenched. Yoongi slowly glanced at him outside the glass cabin. The man brushed his thumb lightly near Tai's cheek. You look tired. Are you overworking again? Tai shook his head. Meeting, endless meeting. Is your ex bothering you? The man asked, lightly, but his eyes scanned the office. Tai smirked. Fine, jealous? Should I be? The man replied, stepping closer. Their shoulder almost touched again. From inside the conference room, Jungkook gripped around the pain tightened. The anchor leaning closer, lowering his voice. Relax. I am here now. Tai laughed softly and nudged him. Stop acting dramatic. I'm serious. The man said, slipping his arm around Tai's back again. If anyone troubles you, tell me. That was enough. Jungkook pressed the pain lead harder between his fingers. The plastic pain, his eyes never left the hand resting on Tai's face. The man smiling again. So, are you going to introduce me to your colleagues? Or are you hiding me? Tai glanced toward the conference room, toward Jungkook, for just half a second. Then he looked back at the man and said clearly, maybe later. The pain cap snapped. Jungkook can't didn't even flinch. He just kept pushing the broken edge into the finger until he felt a sharp sting. Hyungi leaned closer and muttered it flatly. You are bleeding. Only then did Jungkook look down. A thin red line slid down his finger, but his eyes lifted again instantly, looking on time, and the man still standing too far close to him. This wasn't mad jealousy anymore. This was possession, and it was showing. The man smiled warmly. So, would you like to go on a date with me? Right now? Tai blinked. Right now? Yeah, lunch. Somewhere nice. You look like you need a break. Tai hesitated slightly. I would, but my ex dumped some work on me. I will just inform him. I will finish it later. Good. The man said softly. I will wait. Tai nodded and turned toward the conference room. Inside, Jungkook's hand moved. He was still staring at the table, jaw tight, expression unreadable. Tai stepped into the room. Jungkook, no response. I need to step out for a bit. I will complete the file later tonight. Still nothing. Why are you not saying anything? Tai's words stopped mid-sentence. His eyes dropped. A thin red line was trailing down Jungkook's finger, dripping slowly onto the polished table. Tai's word furrowed instantly. What did you do? Tai stepped closer without thinking. He grabbed Jungkook's hand carefully, turning it to examine the cut. You are bleeding so much. Are you crazy? Jungkook's eyes flickered up at him, but he still said nothing. The tension between them shifted. No longer loud jealousy, but something fragile. Without thinking further, Tai lifted Jungkook's injured finger toward his lips and gently sucked the blood away. Jungkook's eyes darkened instantly. The moment he saw Tai's lips wrapped around his finger, something inside him snapped. Something sharp, possessive. Without a word, he stepped forward. Tai barely had time to react before Jungkook's free hand gripped his wrist and guided him toward until back hit the core glass wall. Jungkook. He started startling, but Jungkook was already crowding him. One hand pressed beside Tai's head, the other was holding his wrist loosely. Tai looked up at him, bait cocked somewhere between confusion and awareness. Jungkook, what are you? Jungkook's gaze flickered past Tai's shoulder through the transparent glass. Bogo was still outside, watching. That was when Jungkook smirked, slow, deliberate, and then he leaned in and kissed Tai. The kiss wasn't hesitant, it wasn't drunk, it wasn't incidental, it was intentional. His lips crashed against Tai's with force, tilting his head to deepen it instantly. Tai gasped at the sudden intensity, and that tiny opening was enough for Jungkook to claim the kiss fully. Tai's hand gripped Jungkook's shirt for a second. Just 1 second, he froze. But then he responded, not pushing him away, not stopping him. His lips moved back with equal heat, fingers curling tighter as if muscles memory had taken over. Jungkook turned them slightly. Now Tai was facing the glass, facing the office, facing Vogam. Jungkook stepped in behind him, trapping him between his body and wall. Tai's palms were lifted and pressed flatly beside his face against the glass. Jungkook's finger threading through his, holding them there. Jungkook, Tai breathed. But Jungkook had already lowered his lip to Tae's neck, slow, deliberate. He kisses along the sensitive skin just below his ear, then down to his curve of his neck, claiming Tae's breath itched. Jungkook didn't miss it. He didn't miss the way Tae's shoulder trembled either. His lips brushed lower, lingering at the hollow near Tae's collarbone, pressing a firm kiss there before lifting his eyes again, not at Tae, at Bogum. Still watching, still frozen, Jungkook held his gaze and smirked again, possessive, as if say, mine. Jungkook suddenly stopped, as if he had just realized where he was, what he had done. He pulled away abruptly, his finger slipping from Tae's hand, a faint smear blooming red against Tae's neck, just above his collarbone, visible proof of what had just happened. Tae's chest rose and fell unevenly as he steadied himself against the glass. His palm slowly dropped to his side. He turned it to face Jungkook, but Jungkook wasn't looking at him anymore. His jaw was tight, his eyes fixed somewhere over Tae's shoulder, emotion unreadable. Jungkook, Tae started softly. Get out. The words were cold, sharp, they cut deeper than the kiss. They blinked. For a second, he thought he misheard, but Jungkook still wouldn't look at him. I said, get out. Tae swallowed, trying to gather whatever dignity he had left. Without another word, he opened the cabin door. The entire office was silent. Eyes followed him. Whispers started immediately. He could feel the heat of embarrassment crawling up his skin. The cool air hitting his fresh mark on his neck made him shiver. Pukum was already walking toward him. They, he said softly, noticing the tremble in his hand. Tae tried to brush it off. I'm fine. But Bogum didn't believe him. He gently grabbed Tae's wrist, steadying him. Let's go. Tae didn't resist. They walked out together. Past the staring employees, past the tension still hanging in the air. Inside the cabin, Jungkook finally looked up, just in time to see Bogum's hand around Tae's wrist and Tae leaning with him. His fist clenched again. This time, there was no pain, just regret and something dangerously close to losing control. Tonight, no call, no message, no incidental meeting in corridor. Silence. On the third evening, Tae was in the apartment, sitting on the couch while Bogum scrolled through something on his phone. You okay? Bogum asked gently. You have been quiet. I'm fine. Tae replied, though he didn't sound convinced. The doorbell rang. Both of them looked up. I will get it. Tae said. He opened the door and froze. Jungkook stood there, hands in his coat pocket, expression calm, his eyes anything but. For a second, neither of them spoke. Who is it? Bogum's voice came from inside. Tae didn't answer, so Bogum stood up and walked toward the door. When he saw Jungkook, his posture shifted instantly. What are you doing here? Bogum asked coldly. Jungkook's gaze flickered to him lazily before returning to Tae. Can't I come to see my ex-husband? He pressed lightly on the word ex. Bogum crossed his arm. No, you can't. It's inappropriate. Jungkook tilted his head slightly. Inappropriate? A faint smirk appeared. I love doing inappropriate things. Bogum's jaw tightened. This isn't your place. Jungkook's eyes briefly scanned the apartment behind them. I remember. Tae finally spoke. Why are you here, Jungkook? Jungkook looked at him directly now. We need to talk. There's nothing to talk about. Bogum cut in. If it's about work, call him tomorrow. Jungkook's gaze sharpened. I wasn't talking to you. Bogum took a step forward. And I am talking to you. He doesn't need this right now. Jungkook let out a soft, harmonious chuckle. You have known him for what? A few weeks? Don't act like you understand what he needs. Bogum didn't back down. I understand enough to know he doesn't deserve to be treated like that. Tae inhaled sharply. Stop. Both of them went quiet. Jungkook's eyes never left Tae's face. So, this is it? He asked. You won't even let me in? Bogum answered it first. No. Jungkook looked at him slowly. I wasn't asking you. Tae faded. The history, the ego, the infinite emotional. Jungkook, Tae said carefully. You can't just show up here and what? Jungkook interrupted. Pretend I don't still have the right to knock on the door? You don't, Bogum said flatly. Jungkook's make returned. It didn't reach his eyes. Funny. Last I checked, I spent years in this relationship. And you ended it. Bogum shot back. Silence. That heat. I am not here to fight, he said, though his tone was otherwise. I am here to talk. Bogum shook his head. He is not going anywhere with you. Jungkook stepped closer to the doorway, kiss located on Tae, let him answer. Jungkook's eyes never left Tae's. Is he really your boyfriend? Tae's throat went dry. He didn't answer. Bogum stepped forward immediately. Yes. But Jungkook didn't even look at him. He leaned closer to Tae instead. Voice lower now. I'm asking you. Silence. Tae's heartbeat was louder in his ears. Bogum grabbed Jungkook's arm. Back off. Jungkook shrugged him off without effort. His focus was only on Tae. I said I'm asking him. He stepped in, closing the remaining distance until Tae's back touched the wall beside the entrance. Jungkook. Tae breathed, warning mixed with something else. If you didn't answer, Jungkook muttered, placing one hand flat against the wall beside Tae's head, the other bracing on the opposite side, trapping him in. His voice dipped to a whisper near Tae's ear. I'm going to do something inappropriate. Right now, Taeyong. Bogum tried again to pull him back. Are you insane? Move. Jungkook didn't budge. His beak brushed against Tae's ear as he leaned closer, lips almost grazing the skin. One last time. Sit quietly. His fingers tightened slightly against the wall. Answer me. His mouth brushed Tae's ear, and then he breathed gently. Is he really your boyfriend, Petal? The nickname rolled off his tongue in a familiar way, the way that always made Tae shiver, and Tae did. His fingers curled into the fabric of Jungkook's coat. His lips parted, but no words came out. Jungkook's lips curved slowly. I told you. He muttered against Tae's ear, voice thick and controlled. I will do something inappropriate if you didn't answer. And before anyone could interrupt, he kissed him. It was a deep, heated, claiming kiss. The mouth pressed firmly against Tae's, tilting his head to take control instantly. Tae gasped softly at the sudden intensity, and Jungkook used that moment to deepen it, his hand sliding from the wall to Tae's waist, gripping him possessively. The kiss wasn't gentle. It was hungry, weeks of tension, jealousy, anger, poured into that single collision of lips. Tae's finger tightened in Jungkook's coat, and despite everything, he responded. His lips moved back just as fiercely, breathing mightily, bodies pressing closer. Bogum's voice sounded distant now. Are you out of your mind? But Jungkook didn't look at him. He pulled it back just enough for their lips to be part, forehead nearly touching. I gave you a chance, he whispered against Tae's mouth. You lost it. And then he lifted him, strong arms, hanging under the effortlessly, pulling him up his torso. Tae instinctively wrapped his legs around Jungkook's waist, hands sliding around his shoulder to steady himself. Their faces were inches apart, breathing heavy, eyes dark. Jungkook didn't waste a second. He kissed him again harder. His lips moved deliberately, claiming, demanding, as if reminding Tae exactly who he belonged to. Tae's finger tangled into Jungkook's hair, pulling him closer, lips parting again as he melted into the kiss. Without thinking, the word outside that doorway blurred. There was only heat, possession, and the undeniable fact that neither of them had truly let go. The second the door shut behind Bogum, whatever thin thread of resistance was left between them snapped completely. Jungkook pulled Tae back against the wall, kissing him again, his hand sliding to Tae's wrist, gripping firmly on their mouth, moved together with desperate kiss. Tae responded instantly. There was no hesitation anymore. His finger hooking into Jungkook's shirt, tugging him closer, their chests pressed flush together. The kiss grew hungrier, breaths uneven, lips parting and claiming like they were trying to make up for every single day apart. Jungkook trailed his mouth from Tae's lips to his jaw. Slow, intention. Tilted his head. Jungkook. His voice came out breathless. Jungkook didn't answer. He kissed along the curve of Tae's neck, lingering there, his hand sliding up to push the fabric of Tae's shirt slightly off his shoulder. His finger brushed firm skin, leaving the path of that made Tae shiver. Tae's hands weren't innocent either. He tugged at Jungkook's shirt, fingers slipping beneath the collar, pulling him down for another kiss, hard, impatient, frustrated. Jungkook cocked Tae's wrist and lifted them above his head, pinning them against the wall with one hand to hold him there. Their eyes met for a split second, dark, heated. Then Jungkook's mouth moved again from the sensitive spot beneath Tae's ear down along the side of his neck, lower to the hollow near his collarbone. Tae Tae's breath hitched sharply, chest rising and falling under Jungkook's touch. Jungkook's lips brushed across the exposed skin, slow and deliberate, as if memorizing every reaction. Tae's finger curled, trying to pull free just to touch him back, and when Jungkook loosened his hold, Tae did exactly that, sliding his hand up into Jungkook's hair again and bringing their mouth back together. The kiss was different, less anger, more need. It wasn't about proving anything anymore, it was about the fact that no matter how hard they tried to stay apart, their bodies still knew each other perfectly. Then suddenly Jungkook saw 3 years ago. The office light had been dimmed that night too. Jungkook had been sitting behind the desk, eyes glued on the laptop, phone buzzing every few minutes. Another deal, another investor, another late night. He didn't notice Tae standing there at first. Tae, not now. Jungkook muttered without looking up. I'm in the middle of something important. Silence. Then a file dropped onto the desk. Jungkook frowned slightly and finally looked up. Tae wasn't angry. He wasn't shouting. He just looked tired. What is this? Jungkook asked. Open it. Jungkook sighed but flipped it open anyway. His eyes scanned the first page, then froze. Divorce agreement. The word buried for a second. What is this? Jungkook asked again, but his voice had already changed. You are busy. Tae said calmly, too calmly. You don't have time for your husband, so I am fixing that problem of you. Jungkook stood up immediately. Don't joke like that. I'm not joking. Tae, you are never home. Tae continued, his voice shaking despite how steady he tried to sound. Even when you are not on your phone or your laptop or your mind is somewhere else. I am doing this for us. Jungkook snapped. Everything I am building is for your future. What future? Tae's voice finally cracked. I am alone in this marriage. That hurt. Jungkook walked around the desk. You are not alone. I am right here. You are physically here, Tae whispered, but you are not with me. Silence stretched between them. I waited, Tae continued softly. I waited you to notice, to ask me how my day was, to sit with me without checking email. I waited for you to choose me over work at least once. Jungkook's eyes were already glassy. Don't do this. I can't keep begging for attention from my own husband. I will fix it, Jungkook said quickly, grabbing Tae's hand. I swear I will fix it. I will cut back on meeting. I will come home early. Just don't do this. Tae looked at him. You said that last month. And I mean it this time. You mean it last time too. Jungkook's grip tightened. Please, that word. It wasn't CEO Jeon speaking anymore. It was just Jungkook. I love you, he whispered, tears finally falling. Don't leave me. Tae's own eyes filled, but he didn't move. Sign it. Jungkook shook his head immediately. No, Tae, please. Sign it. His voice broke completely on the second demand. Jungkook felt like the floor had disappeared beneath him. If I sign this, you are really leaving? Tae didn't answer. And that was the answer enough. Jungkook picked up the pen with trembling fingers. He stared at the line where the name was printed. His vision blurred. Last chance, he whispered. Tell me to stop. Tae stayed silent. That signature came out uneven, messy, shaking. The second the pen left the paper, something inside Jungkook shattered. Jungkook's eyes flew open. His breathing was ragged. He was still standing in Tae's apartment, still holding him, but his hands were shaking now. He hadn't just been jealous. It wasn't just possession, it was fear, because 3 years ago he had signed him away. The memory crushed him. Jungkook's hand, which had been gripping Tae's waist moment ago, suddenly loosened. His breathing turned uneven. No,